What's up, Steelers Nation? Welcome back to the channel. Before we dive in, make sure you hit that like button. It helps the channel grow and keeps us bringing you daily updates straight from the heart of Pittsburgh. The team is working every single day to get better, to refine the little details, and to bring home those big wins. And today, we've got a double scoop of news. One about a familiar hometown name who could soon return to Pittsburgh, and another about a major injury update that has every Steelers fan breathing a sigh of relief. Let's jump right in, because this one's got everything: homegrown loyalty, playoff push strategy, and a rising defensive wall led by our elite pass rushers. So here's the buzz making waves across the NFL. The Pittsburgh Steelers have officially been listed as the best fit for veteran wide receiver Tyler Boyd. That's right, the Tyler Boyd, a native of Clairton, Pennsylvania, who starred at the University of Pittsburgh, could finally be coming home. Now let's be honest, Steelers fans, the trade deadline came and went, and a lot of people expected Omar Khan to make a move to get Aaron Rodgers another weapon. But instead, the front office decided to stand pat. No extra receiver, no big splash. However, and this is where things get real interesting, it's not too late. Free agency is still open, and Boyd remains one of the best veteran wideouts available. Christopher Knox from Bleacher Report even said it himself. Tyler Boyd isn't the player he once was, but it's still surprising he hasn't found a home this season. An experienced, savvy route runner, he should still have something to offer. The Steelers would make sense, as they could use a veteran receiver and didn't add one at the trade deadline. And you know what? That logic tracks perfectly. The Steelers need a steady, reliable slot receiver, someone Rodgers can trust on third downs, someone who knows how to get open against zone coverage. Boyd checks every one of those boxes. This wouldn't just be another free agent signing. This would be personal. Boyd's ties to Pittsburgh run deep. He grew up right outside the city, made a name for himself at Pitt, and has openly said in the past that playing for the Steelers would be a dream come true. Back in June, Boyd said something that still resonates today. Absolutely. I'd love to play here. All my family is here. I'd be able to have the majority, all of my family be able to support me. I'm real cool with Coach Tomlin. He's always been a great guy. We had a great relationship when I was at Pitt. You can feel the sincerity in that statement. This isn't about chasing one last paycheck. It's about legacy, pride, and coming home. Imagine that storyline. Tyler Boyd, the hometown kid, returning to Pittsburgh to help Aaron Rodgers lead a playoff run. That's not just good football, that's poetic football. So what would Boyd actually bring to this offense? First, let's talk reliability. He's not the speedster he once was in Cincinnati, but he's still an elite route runner who can find soft spots in coverage and make clutch grabs when it matters most. Second, he knows the AFC North. He's been through the battles, he understands the defenses, and he knows how to handle the physicality. With George Pickens stretching the field and Jaylen Warren emerging as a serious receiving threat out of the backfield, Boyd could thrive as a veteran safety valve, the kind of guy Rodgers loves throwing to. And let's be real, Steelers Nation, depth at receiver has been an issue. After trading away Deontay Johnson last year, there's still uncertainty about who can consistently step up as WR2 or WR3. Adding Boyd would immediately solidify that rotation. Low risk, high reward. That's how championship teams operate. But while the offense could soon get some veteran help, the defense just got a massive boost heading into Week 10. After missing time with an ankle injury, Alex Highsmith is officially back at full strength. You could almost hear the sigh of relief echoing through the Steelers facility this week. Highsmith was limited early in practice and even missed a session, but according to the latest reports from Jacob Puntery of Sports Illustrated, he was a full participant on Friday and has no game designation heading into Sunday's matchup against the Los Angeles Rams. That's huge, because this defense is starting to find its rhythm again, and Highsmith is a massive part of that success. Just look back at Week 9 against the Indianapolis Colts. The Steelers' defense was on another level. 6 turnovers, 3 interceptions, 3 fumble recoveries, and Alex Highsmith was right in the middle of the chaos. 2 sacks, 3 tackles for loss, a forced fumble. That's vintage Highsmith. And when he's playing at that level, alongside T.J. Watt and Nick Herbig, the Steelers' pass rush becomes borderline unstoppable. T.J. Watt may be the face of the defense, but Highsmith is its heartbeat, the relentless grinder who never takes a play off. The only problem in recent years has been staying healthy. After playing every game in 2022 and 2023, Highsmith was limited to just 11 games last season, and his sack total dropped to 6. This year, he's already missed 2 games, but the good news is that he's trending in the right direction at the perfect time. Now the Steelers are gearing up to face a Rams team dealing with multiple injuries along the offensive line, and that's music to the ears of this defensive front. With Highsmith back, Watt locked in, and Herbig gaining confidence every week, Pittsburgh's edge trio has a chance to wreak havoc on Matthew Stafford and keep the momentum rolling from that Colts win. And make no mistake, this next stretch of games will define the season. The AFC playoff picture is tightening, and every win counts. The Steelers are right on the edge of that 4th seed line, and their defense might just be the reason they stay there. But imagine adding Tyler Boyd to the mix on offense at the same time. Suddenly, you've got veteran leadership on both sides of the ball, stability for Aaron Rodgers, and an offense that can complement the kind of defense that's built to win in January. Omar Khan and Mike Tomlin have spent multiple seasons building this group the right way, through smart draft picks, solid free agent signings, and a focus on developing young talent. Broderick Jones is maturing into a key piece at left tackle, the run game looks revitalized behind Jaylen Warren and Najee Harris, and protection for Aaron Rodgers has improved tremendously compared to just a couple of seasons ago. But make no mistake, getting here wasn't smooth sailing. The Steelers went through a lot of growing pains with both draft picks and veteran acquisitions that didn't exactly pan out. And one of those misses, as many analysts now call it, was offensive guard Kevin Dotson. Dotson was drafted by the Steelers in the 4th round of the 2020 NFL Draft, and honestly, the excitement from fans was real. Even though he wasn't a high draft pick, the guy looked like a monster on tape, a strong, physical guard from Louisiana who played with intensity and power. Many fans thought he was an under-the-radar steal. You could feel the hype. A lot of people believe Dotson just slipped in the draft because he came from a smaller school, but he proved everyone wrong once he hit the NFL field. And early on, it looked like he just might. He earned starting reps quickly and brought that trademark power to the Steelers' offensive front. But things took a turn behind the scenes, and now Dotson himself is finally opening up about what really happened. Dotson recently appeared on Inside Coverage, and his comments have been making headlines all over Pittsburgh. He didn't go scorched earth, but he definitely gave fans a rare glimpse into what life was like during his time with the Steelers, and it doesn't sound pretty. Here's what he said. "It's one of those things where I wasn't used to being cold all the time to start off. There wasn't a lot of sun there, not a lot of stuff to do there. It was like a culture shock, and it really wasn't in too positive of a way. I loved the team overall, but there was definitely stuff behind the scenes that you're like, oh man, it kind of ruined an experience for me. But I still loved being down there, the time I was down there." That's a pretty honest take. Dotson went on to talk about how the transition from the South to Pittsburgh was tough for him. Growing up in Mississippi, playing college ball in Louisiana, and then suddenly adjusting to Pittsburgh winters in a totally different atmosphere. But the most revealing part wasn't the weather. It was that phrase, stuff behind the scenes, that kind of ruined the experience. He didn't specify exactly what he meant, but he made it sound like some of those challenges came from within the organization itself, possibly tensions with coaches, communication issues, or even how players were treated at the time. Now, let's be clear, Dotson didn't take shots at Mike Tomlin directly, and he also said he loved the team overall. But when you've got a guy saying there were behind-the-scenes issues that affected his experience, that points to something deeper. It could have been about fit, personality clashes, or just the way that era of the team was run. Remember, back in those years, the Steelers were in transition mode, trying to rebuild an offensive line after the retirements of Marquise Pouncey and David DeCastro, while managing locker room changes post-Big Ben. The line was under pressure, the offense was inconsistent, and coaches were shuffling pieces constantly. For a young player like Dotson, that can be a lot to handle, especially when you're trying to prove yourself while the team's identity is still shifting. And in hindsight, it's clear that a change of scenery was exactly what Dotson needed. Before the 2023 season, Pittsburgh traded Dotson to the Los Angeles Rams in what seemed like a minor deal, just a couple of pick swaps. Most fans shrugged it off, but what happened next shocked everyone. Dotson thrived in Los Angeles. He quickly earned a starting spot, protected Matthew Stafford with confidence, and played at a level that earned him a 3-year, $48 million contract extension during the 2024 offseason. That's one of the biggest turnarounds in recent memory. And, ironically, even though he's now wearing blue and gold instead of black and gold, Dotson has acknowledged that things worked out for the best. He's in a warmer climate, on a contending team, and finally feels like he's where he belongs. He's even said before that being traded caught him off guard, but after hearing him talk about the behind-the-scenes frustrations in Pittsburgh, it sounds like that trade was more of a blessing in disguise. Meanwhile, the Steelers' offensive line has moved forward. The team used that trade as an opportunity to reshape its identity up front, adding young talent through the draft and leadership through free agency. But now, looking ahead, there's another decision looming. Veteran left guard Isaac Seumalo is in the final year of his contract, and there's speculation he could retire after the 2025 season. That means Pittsburgh might be in the market for another guard soon, and the front office will have to make sure they find someone who not only fits the system, but also fits the culture. Because if Dotson's comments tell us anything, it's that environment and support behind the scenes matter just as much as talent on the field. So here's the big question for you, Steelers Nation. Should the team bring in Tyler Boyd? Do you think the hometown connection and his chemistry with Coach Tomlin make it worth the move? Or would you rather see Pittsburgh keep developing its younger receivers and focus on building continuity? And what about Alex Highsmith? Do you believe he can stay healthy and keep producing at that elite level alongside TJ Watt? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single one of them, and you guys always bring the best takes in Steelers Nation. If you love this kind of in-depth analysis, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a breaking update. The Steelers are sharpening up, finding their identity, and pushing hard for that playoff run, and we'll be right here breaking it all down every step of the way. Go Steelers!